Hi, this is Wes Clark with LIES, Linguistic Interrogation Expert Services. Identifying when someone is lying is a very difficult thing to do, even for experienced police officers and detectives, attorneys and judges who are tasked with this responsibility to make evaluations on someone's veracity. There's been a large body of academic research over the years that demonstrate how difficult this is, with the majority of people participating in such studies being accurate at identifying lies approximately 50% of the time. In other words, most people, when they make a judgment if someone's lying or telling the truth, will be right about half the time. This is not acceptable when it comes to investigations in which the outcomes determine the fate of somebody's life. Fortunately, the academic research has also determined that it's possible to improve our ability to distinguish between truthfulness and deception through proper training, which includes knowing what to look for and knowing what works and doesn't work. Sadly, some of what doesn't work has found its way into police training manuals, books, and courses throughout the United States and abroad, and is still being taught today. There are many misconceptions that are taught to police officers and detectives that have no correlation to deception, such as eye gaze aversion, which is one of the biggest misconceptions about deception and clues to deception worldwide. This is the belief that someone can't look you in the eye and lie, which of course we know is not true. In fact, because of this belief, there are people who deliberately look you in the eye when they lie because they believe themselves that this may make them appear more truthful. Other misconceptions about detecting deception include the eye patterns people make when answering truthful questions or when they're answering deceptively. How they move their arms and how they move their legs, what part of the bodies they touch, what direction they lean, how they lean, and all these types of things. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand me. I believe everything a person says, everything a person does, the person's behavior and all is really important, and everything that happens during an interview is valuable, including how the person acts and responds throughout the questioning process. But it doesn't necessarily correlate with deception. What the academic research suggests is that police officers would improve their ability to identify when someone is lying simply by looking at the words they use. When you think about it, this makes perfect sense because the person you're interviewing knows the truth and knows if they committed the crime you're talking about, and they make a conscious choice to tell you the truth or not. Decades of research has demonstrated that truthful information differs from fabricated information in a variety of ways relating to the content and the quality of what is said. Therefore, if we can be trained to identify these differences, we will be much more successful at knowing what is true and what is a lie. That's why investigative statement analysis is such a powerful tool for any investigator when they conduct investigative interviews or criminal interrogations. Simple things like knowing that when people lie, they have a tendency to try to remove themselves or distance themselves from that lie, and in so doing, they often fail to use the pronoun I. Or by understanding the value and meaning when someone changes from my car to the car. Some of these changes are so subtle and are frequently missed even by experienced investigators, but having knowledge and understanding will improve your ability to identify when someone is possibly being deceptive, and also how to use this information to focus questioning at key areas to uncover the truth.